Yo, what's up, YouTube? Have a pretty broken new Motherlode strat that I wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, it's gonna be a little different than what you're used to, and hopefully you guys can follow along with me and see what you think. Give it a try in your keys, and let's hop in here. This is a normal Motherlode just so I can run through. So it'll be BFA level. So all this stuff. So basically, here's the route. This is, of course, the shark route. So you probably have never seen this before because no one's really done this where they come here and group up these sharks. And the whole idea of this route is that it's basically normal up through the start until you get to the sharks. And I'm sure a lot of you, if you've done Motherlode, most people would agree these extractors really suck. This whole section of trash really sucks. A lot of, honestly, this is just a trash dungeon in general, not in terms of like bad dungeon, but like the trash is the difficult part of this dungeon. And what that kind of allows you to do is skip this whole section of really difficult trash with the extractors, the casters. Um, you know, there's a lot of coordinated kicks you need, especially in a pug that can be difficult. This mini boss pull is also really damaging to your tank. It's really scary. Also, again, more kicks, more area denial in a short space, all of that type of stuff. The main thing is most people are going to lust pull one here in a pug. So you do the normal pull one. You can, instead of pulling this pack on the corner, you can run up through and pull this. And then, you jump on the boxes, jump over, come around here, do the normal skip. You pull these two packs, do the boss, right? Then you're going to do this normal pull. The thing you really need to know here that I'll show you in a second is that you need a warlock for this route. This route is not possible without a warlock because you can't actually go from the oil to the other side without a warlock. So let me show you what we're looking at. You'd come in, you can either pull this pack or you can pull this pack with this, and this, and these refreshment vendors over here. Or if you would like to skip these laborers and these assassins, you would just do the normal thing where you come up the side, go here, and then you would pull 1, 2, 3, 4, and then lust that. Either one is fine. It's just personal preference for your group. If you want to come this way, you just kind of jump to the side. Okay, this dragon is going to grief me. You just kind of jump to the side. You come over here, come around the back. You'll never pull anything. Everyone's seen this part of it, blah, 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 Nothing crazy here. Dwarfs are so bad at that jump. Anyways, come over here, you hop in. And actually, I can just run through. You guys, you should know how to do the skip. You get it. People who are watching this video, you're probably a little bit more advanced, psychologically. So it'll probably help you out with that. Come over here, do the boss, put him in the corner, kick all the balls into him, no problem. So this is the only extractor you're going to pull. You're going to pull these two packs together. You can pull them into the boss room if you want the space, or you can play it here. It's really just up to whatever your group does. You really do not want to pull that, and you really want to avoid that pat. You're going to come over here, and what you're going to notice is this plank right here. That is where you're going to want to gate. Now, a lot of people might be questioning what do these sharks do, and if you look in your MDT, you'll see they really don't do much. They do this crippling bite, which is just some damage and movement speed slow. But this is just going to be going on your tank. It's just tank damage. And as far as tank damage goes, this is way less scary than doing this mini boss up here. And then obviously the extractors are scarier for your group. This can also be dispelled. It's a magic effect, so every healer is going to be able to dispel that. Really, really easy. So having a warlock and then ideally another range character is really good. It's going to be hard for me to show you just alone with a paladin, but you have a couple ways of approaching this, right? You can like hop on these little planks, all this debris here, all of these barrels and stuff work. So you could take your time with this if you want. And it's important to realize that you don't actually need to go that fast because you're skipping so much along the way. You're going to be infinitely quicker here than you would be killing this trash because a lot of these pulls, the way I have them labeled, even if you don't want to split them up like this, these are going to be much bigger pulls, a lot more AoE, a lot more cleave, because there's less movement kind of involved from pack to pack. So you're going to be able to do that. I also put a note here if you can pull these machinists onto the boss if you're comfortable doing that. That's also quite nice. This fight is generally really easy. So yeah, you can kind of see these sharks. There's 9 of them, or 10. There's 10. Okay. Oh, we gotta adjust the count here, fellas. I missed a shark. My mistake. Oh, I guess I unselected it or something. I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, oh no, I do have it selected. Okay, it just is showing up weird. All right. Anyways, yeah, you have to group all the sharks. If you need to do it in a couple pools, that's fine. If you want to split up, that's also fine. Another thing you can do is if you want to change a couple pools, like let's say you don't want to deal with one of these Echo Blade or Blade Storm or what are they called? The Mastermind packs with the Brainstorm. If you don't want to deal with all of those, you can actually just come up here and pull this pack, and that will allow you to actually activate a skip over here where you can jump onto the scaffolding right here. And from here, you can activate your parasol toy. And from there, you'll be able to kind of split up, right? So if you imagine I had multiple people here, where we want to end up is right there, and then you just take the gate up top, and then that's your pool 6. And then you can mount up to this boss, kill him, take the cart back down, and then clear the rest of this area. So yeah, you could kind of split up, right? You could have maybe a hunter with misdirect could go over here, or the tank could go over here, gather up all of these sharks, and then kind of hop back to the group that can be going safely over here. Having a like, just think of it like Dark Flame Cleft, right? This oil does do some damage to you, but your healer should really just be able to focus on healing the DPS players while the tank gathers everything up. And obviously, like when you do the minecart strat in Dark Flame Cleft, tanks are able to survive that damage by themselves for quite a long time. So again, this is maybe for some more advanced groups, but it's just something to think about. So yeah, you guys could go ahead and try this if you want. I think that's pretty much it. It's really just about, you know, with the fishes. You're swimming with the fishes. Fishes in quotations, of course, because these aren't actually fishes. They are safety sharks. And the reason they're called safety sharks is because it's a safe way to go about this dungeon. You know, you're skipping a lot of difficult stuff. You take the safe, the easy route. Something to note here is it is really important to have a good healer. Having a DK is like, it kind of doesn't work because you take damage from the oil that will make you drop in from Path of Frost. However, if you time it correctly, your DK can just spam the Path of Frost, so you'll be able to kind of go in the oil, Path of Frost, jump up, take another jump off the top of the oil, and you're kind of momentum skipping, kind of like bunny hopping in CSGO, something like that. So, you know, maybe if you're skilled with movement in this game, I'm not seeing a lot of players who are good with that. I can maybe put out a movement tutorial or guide for you guys if you want as well. Maybe you'll find that helpful, but yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if there's anything else I really need to go over. I think it's pretty safe to say that you won't see this in the MDI these next few weeks, and I think there's a few reasons for that. I think one of those is the inability to adapt and the fear that a lot of players have, kind of going against the grain, carving their own path. It's not a skill set that you see in many players. And I think when you combine that with, you know, the short prep and the short notice that people are going to be having to break out something like this, you're probably not going to see it. But don't take that as a sign that it's not a good route or it doesn't work. I mean, as you can see, it's incredibly count efficient. We're only 0.22 over. And you have a lot of flexibility here. All you need to know is kind of the break points of where you need to be in each section. So, you know, maybe you want to pull these other 2 war machines and some more mines, and maybe you want to get rid of some of the masterminds and stuff over here. You have a lot of flexibility with this route. You could also do this corner pack if you don't want to backtrack here on 8, but it's pretty easy because you just, you know, come to 6, mount up, kill this boss, take the minecart down, and then, you know, you're basically straight lining from there. So yeah, I think we're good. I think it's a nice route. I think it's a good route, and hopefully you guys give it a try. If you have Warlock players that you're confident in and a healer that you think is really skilled, by all means, hop in here. And just remember, the planks are the safe spot, and these barrels. Actually, one more thing maybe I should show. I don't know if I have my taunt key bound, actually. What's the easiest way to go over? Maybe right here. Okay, so right here, I'll just spellbook a freaking taunt, actually. Where is it? Over here? Bam. Okay. What you'll notice is these sharks won't actually evade. So you can be on top of this debris, not taking any damage from the oil, and these sharks will all come up and hit you. As you can tell, like, this is a pretty elevated debris, and at no point will it stop me from doing my thing, right? And this is it kind of has classic WoW lava skip elements here. You might notice that you didn't really see me take a lot of damage from that oil. Again, I can put out a movement guide if needed. And yeah, you can just go ahead, you slam the shark, and you know, get your briny flesh and your flaky fish scales and be on about your day. So yeah, try the route. Hopefully this was helpful. If it did, go ahead and slam the thumbs up button, the like button, the subscribe button. Peace.